Chapter 14. This video might be a little different. I'm not going to flip through the slides because it confuses me and it makes, well, I know the material. I can tell you the material, but going between the book and the PowerPoint, so the next couple of videos, I think I might just screenshot and use that to discuss the chapter. So anyway, trend analysis, common sizing, and forecasted data. Chapter 14. So the process of common sizing puts information in the same relative basis. For example, a total revenue of 200,000 equals 100%. Then radiology revenue at 20,000 would be 10% of that total. So converting dollars to percentages allows for comparative analysis. You want to compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges. When you are hired as a manager and you're working in the healthcare finance, you will have spreadsheets. You will have very automated, computer generalized graphs and documents, and you still have to input the data sometimes, unless the facility is using artificial intelligence. But I still want you to have this base knowledge of how do you come to this conclusion. The ultimate accuracy in regards to forecasting is having very strong assumptions, and that is something that a computer cannot always do for you. So that's the importance of knowing the information in this entire course. Actually, table 14.1 on page 150 does a great job at describing, and also table 14.2. Trend analysis is mentioned on page 150. The process of trend analysis compares figures over over several time periods. And you see in table 14.3, there's a year 1, year 2, and then the difference is listed there for hospital 1. Analyzing operating data, horizontal and vertical, different types of analysis and comparisons is going to be discussed in that chapter. Page 152, importance of forecast. So to calculate and predict future events, and from a manager's viewpoint, it's very important in forecasting, especially in regards to budgeting. Page 153, that paragraph, forecast versus projections, that's great information. Forecasting approaches. This one speaks of 3 different sources, the one from personnel who are directly involved. The second level of information or a different approach would be electronic and statistical information. And third level would be the executive judgment of people who are higher up in the organization. That page 153 goes on to discuss operating revenue forecast. I'm going to flip the page. Utilization assumptions is is written about right there. Trend analysis and payer change assumptions on page 155. Staffing forecast on page 156. This is definitely a hot topic in healthcare right now. Well, actually, honestly, the whole world, because it's hard to find people who want to work. But staffing forecast is very important in healthcare facilities. Page 157 continues, staffing plans, staffing forecast components, etc. Page 158, computation. I'm not going to hold you to the computation. Just know that you can do this, but it's just going to be so different at different facilities, healthcare facilities. Page 158, capacity level issues in forecasting, staffing availability. For example, nursing schools, physical therapy school, dental schools. We don't have thousands and thousands of people lining up to attend these schools, unfortunately, right now. So definitely the availability of you even being able to hire a doctor. I remember I may have already said this, but in one of my videos, but when I graduated from East Carolina with my master's in nursing, I'm going to say we had 100 nurses graduating, and the med school had maybe 10 doctors or 10 providers graduating. That's it. So think about that in comparison to who is going to school for what. And this was less than 10 years ago. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're talking about the future of healthcare and staffing. And that's just one example. Okay, that's it. That's this chapter kind of wrapped up. The key terms on page 160. Just be familiar with those. I mean, they're kind of straightforward, and you're welcome to take a peek at the. That's one thing that the this PowerPoint went through a lot were the practice exercises that are found in the back of the book, page 554-ish, 553 maybe. But remember, those solutions are in the back of the book also. That's why I'm not really holding you all to completing those each week, but you're welcome to. You're welcome to really dig into this information as much as you want to. My goal is just to offer you a high level overview. So yeah, so chapter 15's video is also just going to be like a screenshot of a photo, maybe the PowerPoint, I can't remember. But the going back and forth, because there are things I want to say and highlighted from the book, and then it's hard to keep up. So, and I may go back to flipping through the PowerPoint at one point. But anyway, I need my these little semi lectures to flow better. So please reach out to me if you have any questions.